morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awan. That is my stage name. Now, all the meaning, or I'll just say the meaning. The meaning of my name, Abang Awan, it just means queen. That's it. There's no handle. You understand? There's no how you say that? Um, alter ego. That it is not. Is it just means queen. That's it. Okay. My husband gave me this name a long time ago. So I just brought it to social media. You feel me? Good morning, everybody. It's good to see y'all. It is good to see y'all. All right. We gonna do what it do this morning. So I only have 3 so far in my chat on YouTube. Good morning, Ricky. How you doing? Please, guys, give me that like button. Hit that like button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Instagram, hit that like button for me, baby. Y'all got about 11 in there. Hit that like button. So I am going to give you some truth this morning, and it's going to be just a little painful for y'all parents. Good morning, Malik. How are you? Just a little painful for y'all parents, okay? So we're going to do what it do this morning. When your children become grown, this is the subject today. When your children become grown, this is when you know. Good morning, Tracy. This is when you know if you was a good parent or not. I want y'all to understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? Let me land before we start arguing. Let me land. This is how you know if you was a good parent to this child when they become grown. Okay? This is how you know. If this child grow up and they amount to something. Okay? And if the child ever come to you and say, Mama and Daddy, you were hard. You rode me hard. You know, every little thing you were on me. Okay? But when these children run the streets, okay? And running the street children could still be raised in a good home. I want to share that with y'all. They can. You know what happened? Mama and Daddy gave them too much. That's what happened. Because sometimes you could spoil children and make them rotten when they become grown. Yeah. When you give them everything, you can make them rotten. So when they become grown, they're not productive. I just want y'all to understand what I'm trying to say. If you have children that run the street, that's in the clubs and all that stuff, Mama and Daddy, that means you raised them wrong. That means you raised them wrong. If they sitting out there having a lot of babies and they on drugs and stuff, Mama and Daddy, you raised them wrong. I want y'all to understand that. Because if you don't raise these children properly, when you become old, do you hear what I'm saying? When you become old, no one will be there to cater for you. No one will be there to fight for you. Now, y'all see me moving my head back and forth because y'all remember I got 3 channels running at the same time. Good morning, Terry. How are you? Long time no see. So all I'm saying is that if you raise these children, good morning, Brian. How are you? How you doing, sir? So if you raise these children wrong, okay, you won't have someone to cater to you when you become old. No one will fight for you when you become old. That's why you can't just ask a child, am I a good mother or am I a good father to you? You have to wait till they become grown and they have their own families. That's when you can ask, because that means they got their own shit. They don't care what you say to them after they finish giving you the breakdown of what the nonsense that you have done to them. Okay? Excuse my French this morning, but this is the true facts. I want y'all to understand this. All this stuff you got going on with these, all these stuff you got going on in your house with these children seeing everything, when they become older and they copy what you do, okay, Mama and Daddy, do you hear what I'm saying? Because we have to take a big cup of accountability this morning. We have to take a big cup of accountability. You're going to drink this with coffee today, y'all. You're going to drink this with coffee. When these children grow up to do nonsense, mama and daddy, you're responsible for it. Yes, I'm sorry. And I know some of us be getting up here talking about, I'm not responsible for that. I'm not responsible. They do what they want to do because there's outside sources that brought them to do this. Let me share something with you. Let me share something with you because truth is truth and we have to keep it 100. You must provide a roof over your child's head, right? You must provide an environment of safety over your child's head, right? Okay? You must do all these things. You must love this child, protect this child, right? Okay? You're supposed to give them the fundamentals. If you miss any of these things, and the daddy is important, okay? The daddy is important. If you miss any of these things, honey, the child has a potential to have a problem when they become grown. So we play when we have children. You understand? We play. We don't assess the situation where we living in. You understand? We don't assess the area that we in. Do you feel me? Good morning, my dear. How are you? New subscriber. Good morning, Queen, and everyone in the chat. Good morning to you too, my dear. How are you? Thank you for being a new subscriber, my dear. Let me see what I got. Let me see what I got. Hold on. Let me see if it's working. Thank you, honey. I greatly appreciate that you coming in. So, hey, Skinny, good morning. How are you, hon? So all I'm saying is that you have to put the fundamentals in this child. If you do not, and the daddy is the key, okay? The daddy is the key. If you don't put the fundamentals in this child, you will have a problem when they become grown, all right? That's what I'm trying to say. You will have a problem when they become grown. Skinny, you're going to be mad with me. I did not check her out yet. I don't want to lie to you. I got to check her out. I just haven't had time. And you know, I still got that pipe problem from upstairs. They done fixed the pipe, but it looked like a war zone from the first to the second floor, honey. It looked terrible. We still waiting for the contractors, for the insurance to approve everything. So it's a war zone. It's a war zone. So I'm still trying to do this and do everything else and all that. So it's a war zone. But you know what? God gonna see me through. That's it. Skinny, God gonna see me through. I'm gonna get time, Skinny, I promise. So all I'm saying is that if you don't put these fundamentals in these children, you will raise monsters. Some of y'all get offended at what I say, but I'm telling you the truth. If you don't, see, if you don't raise these children properly, they will grow up and be nonsense. And when you get old and you can't walk no more or take care of yourself anymore, you don't have anybody to rely on. See, I'm going to share something with you that a lot of our older parents, okay, our older parents, they understood the assignment. They understood the assignment, okay? Like in my grandmother's time, she understood the assignment. She knew that she was supposed to do what she had to do while she was young, because when she got older, she would have to take care of her mother. Okay? She knew this. So what did my great-grandmother do? My great-grandmother made sure her children did what they had to do, go to school, all these things, get a job, pick up a trade. Okay? Because as you get older, my dear, okay, and if you didn't train these kids properly, do you understand? There will be nobody there to help you. Your children are like your 401k. Do you hear me? They're like your 401k. You know how we always invest in our 401k? You make sure that paycheck take that money out every week, right? Or every 2 weeks, they take that money out like clockwork, right? So you have to invest in your children daily, so that you can get a good return. If you don't invest in them daily, you will not get a good return. If you don't sit down and talk with them, if you don't take walks with them, if you don't tell them, if I did anything to offend you, I'm sorry. We as parents have to learn how to talk to our children better. I'm not saying that we supposed to let them do nonsense. I'm not saying that. I'm not down for all that what they call that soft parenting. I ain't down for none of that nonsense. Because what you're gonna do is you're gonna raise a monster. When they become grown, they're gonna act like they the boss and talk to you any kind of way. We ain't doing that. Good morning, Mr. He said, how are you, Merchant? How you doing? Humble King, hello. So all I'm saying is that something has to give. Do you hear me? Good morning, Deseds. How are you? Something has to give. So if you don't train these children, you will not get a good return. Now, let me share something with you. You can have a child and took them everywhere around the world. Yes, you took them everywhere. You spent money on them. Y'all went on vacations and this and that, and you could still raise a monster. You want to know why? Because you made the child your friend. Yes, yes. See, there is a parenting that you gave this child the world. You gave them everything, and you took them places, but you never spent time. You never taught them how to grow up to be a man. You never taught them how to grow up to be a woman. I'm talking to both of y'all, mama and daddy. I'm talking to both of y'all. Y'all going to eat this accountability this morning, baby. Make sure you get a bagel, a donut, and a little coffee. We're going to eat this accountability today. Do you hear me? Skinny said the new generation are the children of the court. Skinny, I'm done. No, we're not doing this morning. Lost in translation. Hello, sir. How are you? King, how you doing this morning? It's good to see you. So all I'm saying is that you can give them everything, right? And you can still raise a monster. You can give them little and you can still raise a monster. What it is that it has to be balanced. Do you understand what I'm saying? It got to be balanced. You got to give them good, okay? And you got to give them discipline. You got to give both. Do you understand? Because you can give good, and then the child grow up to be a monster. You could give discipline, right? And the child can grow up to be a monster. So you got to give both. And you got to slide in some love in there too. That's how you balance this child. This is how you balance this child. And stop dismissing when they feel some type of way. Talk to them. Talk to them. Sometimes you got to hold them a little bit. Even when they turn 18, even when they turn 19, you got to hold them a little bit. Okay? Because remember, they're going out into the world. They're going out into the world. They're going to experience some stuff. Okay? Peer pressure can change years of good home training. King, you are correct, but I'm going to share something with you. When you instill goodness in your children and you instill the right thing, okay? You instill the right thing in your children in the atmosphere of where they're growing up to. This helps. This helps. Let your child know that there's a balance of good, but there's also a balance of accountability, okay? Because sometimes when you raise them, and I'm taking me for example, I raised my eldest son to just be spoiled, okay? Because why? I suffered when I was growing up. I went through a lot of nonsense, okay? When I was growing up, I didn't have all the nice things other kids had in my projects, okay? So we lived hard. We didn't have much food, stuff like that. My mom had a lot of children. So I put in my mind that I'm going to make sure my child get everything. I don't care. Hell or high water. That's how I felt. He was going to get everything. And I'm going to make sure he lived comfortable. That's how I felt, right? So I never chastised them and everything like that. And when I did try to chastise him, he would bring a whole case to me like he was a lawyer. That's what I always put in my mind. This boy would be a lawyer because he used to do a whole rant on why he shouldn't have got a spanking or why he should not get a spanking. That's what he used to do. And so I would have to sit there and listen to this long sermon of why he should not get a spanking for the nonsense he done. And when he was finished, I would laugh. And that's how he knew he won his case. You understand? But what did I do? I grew a monster. I grew a monster because I did not teach this boy that there's a consequences. I just gave him. Oh, Tracy, thank you for the $4 super chat, my dear. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much for the $4 super chat. So I didn't teach him. You understand? So now when he got older and he decided that he didn't want to listen to his mama no more, he was ready for all type of smoke I was giving him. But you see, the problem is that I didn't give him a balance. Even though I lived hard when I was young, I should have gave him a little hard and a little privilege and love in the middle. Do you understand? This is how you grow balanced children. This is how you grow them. But what happened? Life had to teach him. Life had to teach him. Now, yes, he ended up well. He ended up well. He has his own family. He's doing fine. Okay? By God's grace, all the prayers I was sending up, it had worked out. Even though I was upset with him and I was angry at how he treated me. But did I deserve it? Did I deserve it? In my heart and mind, I was like, no, I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it because I was a good mother to him. But what happened? What happened? Y'all know my story. He was missing the father. I did not choose wisely. He was missing the father. This is the thing that we miss. This is the thing that we miss. Do you understand? We miss that. Because when you don't choose the father wisely, the child suffers. The child suffers. But we miss that because we want to sit up here and just be like, I'm queen. I do what I want to do. But the child didn't ask for that. See, when you don't give the children the fundamentals, honey, you have to be careful because when they become grown and they become nonsense and you can't get them to do nothing for you, baby, you better think back of all the times that you didn't do right by this child. See, there's a time in your life, and I want to share this with y'all, the parents who be abandoning their kids on their mamas and on their daddies and their grandmas and their aunties and all this. I want to share something with you. There will be a time when your knees can't hold you no more. I'm sorry, did that roll over your head? Let me do it one more time. There will be a time when your knees can't hold you no more. That you cannot, okay? That you need a diaper, okay? That there will be a time where you can't even get your own drink of water, that your hand will be shaking, the glass will break, the cup will fall out your hand. There will be a time where you can't even feed yourself. I know it's rolling over your head, but this is the time. For all y'all mamas who want to party and go out and act like you don't care about these children, y'all be leaving them with everybody. Do you hear me? These children don't forget that when they become grown. It just actually manifests. It gets bigger. That's all it does. It gets bigger. So the child just remember how you didn't do right by them. You understand? You play too much, Malik, but she's a PhD. You play too much. The child remembers these things when they become grown, that you didn't do right by them, that you left them all the time with mom, with grandma, auntie, they godmama, the neighbor, all this stuff. The child remembers these things. Do you hear me? They remember. So now while you were partying or either you was working all the time and you couldn't spend time with this child, when you can't take care of yourself no more, the best thing you're going to get out of this child is they will call up to wherever you at and find out if you okay. That's it. That's the best you might get out of that child. They just want to know, did God call you to glory yet? This is for y'all mamas who be leaving y'all babies with everybody. I want y'all to understand this. This is for y'all. Y'all heifers that talking about you trying to live your life, but you went up here and had all these babies. This message is for you, honey, and it's also for the ones who work all the time. Y'all don't understand the assignment that y'all need to be with these children too. Now I'm gonna share something with you. You said, what if you was there? What if you were there? Let me share something with you. I like that one, what you just said. What if you were there? If you were there and you spoiled this baby, do you hear me? And if you spoiled this child and you gave this child everything, okay, and you didn't chastise this child, just like I said earlier, this child can be a nightmare for you. See, the child can be a nightmare for you if you gave them too much. And the child can be a nightmare for you if you gave them too little. Or if you chastise them all the time. If you never showed them love. This child can be a nightmare for you. That's why you have to learn how to give children the fundamentals. Tracy, oh, my dear, thank you, baby. I appreciate that $10 super chat, honey. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. I greatly appreciate you supporting my channel this morning. Honey, you doing what it doing, honey. Thank you so much. So all I'm saying is that it's sad. You shocked, right? That the one who get the most, right? They get taken care of everything, right? They get spoiled. This one can turn out to be a monster. The one that get disciplined all the time and mistreated and shouted at and called all types of names, right? This child can turn out to be a monster too. That's why you have to make it balance, okay? That's why you have to make it balance. You got to give the child the fundamentals. Do you hear me? If you don't give the child the fundamentals, baby, you in trouble. You in trouble. Because remember, this child is like your 401k. Just like you invest, like I said earlier, just like you invest in your 401k, you got to invest in this baby. You got to invest in this baby. You got to give this baby love. You got to spoil them a little bit, and you got to give them discipline. Do you hear me? If you don't give these children the fundamentals, honey, they're going to be your nightmare. They're going to be your nightmare, honey. Okay? Because if you spoil them too much, they're going to be a nightmare. If you whoop on them too much and mistreat them, they're going to be a nightmare. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got to give them everything, the fundamentals. This is how you raise titans. But if you don't raise them properly, honey, they will be your nightmare. I'm speaking truth. I'm not sitting up here lying to you. I didn't read it from no book. It's no stats or none of that stuff. I'm telling you what I know, baby. I'm telling you what I know. Okay? Okay? Working and listening, you welcome. Liking the message. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it, honey. All I'm saying, Malik, you doing a hand clap. I see you. All I'm saying is that, oh, hi, Isaiah. How you doing, honey? All I'm saying is that you have to do a mindset change. These children, okay, these children need to be taken care of. You as the parent have to make sure they're in a safe environment. You have to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Okay? And let me share something with you. Let's not leave God out of the midst. Okay? We cannot leave God out of the midst. Okay? We cannot. God has to be at the helm. Do you hear me? God has to be at the helm. All I'm saying is that you got to learn how to balance these children. Because if you don't balance these children, okay, you're going to suffer when you get old. When nobody coming here to feed you, change your diaper, nobody can come and give you a drink of water. Honey, this is how you know you didn't raise these children well. This is how you know. Yes, honey, this is how you know. The way that the child treat you when you can't take care of yourself no more. This is how you know, because let me share something with you. This is payback time for the child. Yeah, I said it. I know it rolled over your head, but this is payback time for the child. When you can't take care of yourself no more, when you can't when you got to wear a diaper, when you can't drink by yourself no more, and you can't feed yourself, okay? And them knees can't hold you, baby. Them knees can't hold you no more. That arthritis done broke those bones, honey. Do you hear me? This is when you know, okay? This is when you know. And this is payback time for the child. So if you did any nonsense to this child while this child was growing up, okay? If you did any nonsense, okay, and this child was affected by it, this is your time, baby. This is called payback time. Unless you got a child, and this is not common. This is not common. Unless you got a child that forgave you. Yes, honey. Unless you got a child that forgave you. And let me share something with you. Forgiveness can be different in many ways. Forgiveness can be, I forgive you, mama. I forgive you, daddy, but I don't talk to you. Okay? The best you get out of me is a call on a holiday. Okay? That's forgiveness one way. Then the other way can be, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to come see you. I'm going to buy your stuff. I'm going to buy your food. If you need your rent paid or this and that, or the mortgage paid, mama, daddy, I got you. Okay? That's another way of forgiveness. Okay? Because Kurt Franklin is experiencing that. He is experiencing that. Because he forgave his mama. He forgave his mama. Okay, for all the lies. I don't know about this recent one, but he forgave his mama for all the lies and got mama on payroll. You know, mama is on his roster. That's why she was even scared to tell the truth, because she said, will anything change between me and you? Y'all remember at the end of the interview, right? And he said, mama, it's going to change. She already know. You getting kicked off payroll. You're going to get kicked off payroll. I'm going to drop your pay. I'm going to drop your pay. Kurt White probably going to have to talk to him. All I'm saying is that you got to think about this thing. All this mistreatment when you leaving these kids with everybody, when you going out clubbing and this and that, baby, there will be a time when your legs can't hold you no more. The same child that you left in the house all day ain't feed this damn baby nothing. You ain't feed this baby no breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You ain't feed this baby nothing. You threw a box of cereal at this baby and told this baby do what it do. Okay? And that's the same thing gonna happen to you. Same thing gonna happen to you. Because you didn't take time to worry about this baby. You didn't take this baby to the doctor. Okay? You weren't worried about this baby. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. All I'm saying is that rethink. I'm sorry, guys. I stalled for a little bit because I had to read what Charles said. Those lies and more lies. Yes, honey. Okay. Buddy Johnson said nutrition, food, or spirituality. Okay, let me share something with you. You're supposed to make sure your children get food. You're supposed to make sure. You're supposed to feed these kids. You ain't supposed to be running out doing nonsense. These children are your future. This is the thing that y'all all miss. Y'all miss this thing. These kids are your future. If you don't raise these children to become titans, they're going to be your worst nightmare. Okay? Because if you don't raise them right, these children can grow up and steal from you too. You can be old getting your Social Security check, if Social Security still exists by the time we all start collecting it. Okay? All right? If it still exists, because we don't even know what's going on. Okay? If you don't have a 401k, you don't have a retirement plan, you're in trouble. Okay? You're in trouble. That's the truth. You're in trouble. You have to open up a lot of minds. Take heed. Yes, yes, Tracy, you right, honey. It's hard though. It's hard. Oh, Tracy, thank you for another $5 super chat, my dear. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel, baby. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the love today. So all I'm saying is that rethink this thing. Rethink this thing. All this partying you doing with your girls, all this nonsense you doing with your boys, rethink this thing. There will be a time that you will get a chance to enjoy once this child become grown. If you raise this child like a titan, honey, if you raise this child as a titan, I'm talking to mama and daddy, okay? If you raise this child as a titan, this child will be able to stand. See, all through them growing up, they can't stand. They need you to help them stand. All through them growing up, they need you to help them stand. Me and my husband was just sitting down here last night talking to our oldest girl. And we told her, baby, you grown now. Yes, you just turned 18, but you grown now. So now mama and daddy can't hold your hand no more, but we behind you. We behind you. It's time for you to walk on your own. Now at 18, you know they doing baby steps at 18, okay? But you have to walk the way we taught you to walk, baby. Anything that don't look right, you know you ain't supposed to be in the midst of it, okay? You know you ain't supposed to be in the midst of it. So you got to have these talks with these children. You got to sit down and talk to them. What you expect from them. Do you hear me? But even though being 18, that doesn't mean you go out of your mama and your daddy house. Okay? That doesn't mean that, because the Black community, we throw our kids out once they turn 18. Yes, honey. Because I know I was already out. Listen, I got the whole rundown of how I had to leave the house. How I had to get my own, that I was grown now. Nobody was taking care of me. Okay? So, in my husband culture, that doesn't go like that. It doesn't. In my husband culture, he's like, nope, These kids can't leave till they get married. When you get married, then you can leave this house. Okay? That's when you can leave this house. All right? So the kids all looking like, oh, we got a safe haven here. We got a safe haven. Sammy said the key word is grown. I love my grown kids. I respect their adults' life, even when I don't agree with some things. Okay, Sammy, I hear you. I hear you. Hi, Miss Sandra. How are you? I see you watching. How you doing, Miss Sandra? It's good to see you. So all I'm saying, okay, Isaiah said, let me see. Okay, Isaiah said, Mama, you need to call the Geek Squad to get your soundboard. Oh, honey, you know what? I thought I was doing something. I'm sorry. I'm doing the best I can. I'm waiting for a new speaker to come so it could be louder. Okay, Isaiah said, no, my grandpa never wanted me to move out. He even put my name in the will. Oh, see. Now, see, you have some parents like that, but then you got some that when you turn a certain age, they want you out. And you know, this is when their life just begun. They're scared. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they're supposed to do. And nowadays, do you see how much mortgages, rent is? Honey, rent is a whole mortgage, okay? Rent is a whole mortgage, baby. Do you feel me? Rent is a whole mortgage, honey. Do you hear me? It is crazy out there. All I'm saying, okay? All I'm saying is that think about how you treat these children, okay? How are you? How you doing, Hayward? How are you? Good morning. So all I'm saying is think about these children. Think about them. When you call yourself abandoning them to your mama, leaving them with your aunties and all that stuff, let me share something with you. These children will grow up and take care of your parents better than you ever took care of your parents. They will grow up and take care of their auntie better than anybody had took care of their auntie before. because they remember how their auntie, their grandma, Mrs. Mary from down the street had sacrificed to take care of them when they were young. I want y'all to listen to this. Do you hear me? I want you to listen to this. If you don't take care of these children while they're young, baby, you in trouble. Okay? Malik said, my mama telling me I'm out at 18 when I was only 10. Oh, baby, I understand. I understand, honey. Freeman said, African culture is different, totally family orientated. My wife is from Ghana. Yes, they are. Because my husband don't play with these children. So I understand. Because in different cultures, they understand that their children are their lifeline. It's only American culture that we don't understand this. Or you know what? I have to say the melanated culture, African American. We don't understand that our children are our lifeline. See, if you don't treat them right when they're young, if you don't do right by these kids when they're young, you know what happens? Let me share with you what happens. They get older, and they start doing nonsense. You hear me? They get older and they start doing nonsense. They will get up here and do some foolery, honey. You will be in trouble. Okay? Teresa said, Tracy said, not all of us. It's true. She right about that too. It's not all of us. Because I grew up in a drug house. I grew up in a drug home, 2 parents. Okay? I ain't never want to touch drugs. I did not. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't never want to smoke crack, do dope. I ain't never want to do angel dust. I ain't never want to do that. Only thing you could get me to do is I will take a cooler. That's the best thing you will see me do. But I ain't never want to experiment with crack. I ain't never want to experiment with dope, angel dust. I ain't never want to experiment with pills. Because I'm going to share with you why. I lived in a house where we ain't had food all the time. My mama used to sell our stuff out of the house. Every time you turn around, drug dealers will be knocking on our door talking about they want their money. Right on the first, my mother would have to give them all the money she got from the government. And also our food stamps as well. So we'll be suffering through the whole month. None of the bills will be paid. She been owed the drug dealer like $1,000. Buying crack. So when I say this, and I'm gonna share with you why my life didn't happen like that. I'm gonna share with you why my life did not happen like that. You want to know why? I'm gonna share with you this. There was some people God placed in my life when I was growing up. They were not family members. They were not. I had some good aunties. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I had some good ones, okay? But there were people that were outside of my bloodline that God put in my way for me to meet angels. You hear me? So it changed my perspective on how I grew up. Now, I want to share something with you. If I only would have just saw nobody, just my family, right? Just my family, I would have assumed all that nonsense I was doing was right. All the stuff that I saw my mama do, my aunties do, my uncles do, my father do, I would have just went with that. Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be like that. We supposed to be smoking crack and doing dope and all this stuff. Okay? Because I would have thought that this was right. But because of the pain that I saw when we were growing up and how we didn't have enough for salt, sometimes tissue, soap, our clothes wasn't clean all the time. When we went through all this growing up, I was like, I will never take my children do this. I will never want to see my kids suffer the way I did. Because God put people in my life that touched me to not do these things. That told me that greater is coming. You don't have to be in the same, you don't have to be the same way your mama is or your daddy is or what they have done. You understand? So yes, when you get older, or why you are a teen, okay? Or why you a teenager, sometimes you blessed to meet good people. I remember it was this kid I used to hang around with. Because I hung around with a lot of boys when I was young. I was a tomboy, okay? And I don't want to say his name because some people might know him because I'm from Elizabeth. So now his mama used to cook, right? She used to cook like extra when I used to come over. And she would say, "Hun, take this home with you." And I used to cry like, she's like, I know what's going on. You take this home with you. You give it to your siblings. Y'all eat it together. And I used to tell her, thank you so much. And I would cry. I would cry. There was beautiful people I met in my projects that they were good women. And I remember a couple months ago, I had ran into her at the dollar store, because the dollar store is my favorite down here where I live at, okay, in South Jersey. And I ran into her and she didn't even know it was me. And I said her name. She turned around. She said, "Who are you?" And I gave her, my legal name. And I wanted to cry. I told her, "Do you know how many times that you fed me when I was young? I never forgot that." See, that's why I'm telling you that children do not forget. They do not forget. You said they call them angels. Yes, they do. They call them angels, baby. Yes, they do. God sent angels in my midst. Yes, they do. Terry said, "I am so sorry you experienced that question. Did your parents regret how they raised you?" They probably did. They probably did. But I'm going to share something with you. I never was bold enough. I never was bold enough to tell them that they raised me wrong. This is the truth. Still to this day. Because you want to know why? I see it in their face when they talk to me. When they come across me and my husband and they talk to me and they hug me, I know that they feel that they were wrong. Do you hear me? I feel it when they talk to me. And when they say to me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what they say to me. I'm sorry. All the time when I see them. Or they'll tell me, "I love you so much," and they start crying. And I know that they felt bad. So for me to just confront them and tear them apart, that's going to make the situation worse. But my children, especially my oldest one, I remember he's 29. And I remember when he said to me, "Mama, all I wanted, all the things that you gave me, all I wanted was my daddy. All the expensive trips, the plays, the clothing, all I wanted was my daddy." That's why I tell y'all women, stop listening to social media tell you nonsense. You can go and spoil this child and give this child the world. Do you hear me? And then the child will get older and tell you all they wanted was their daddy. That's it. That's it. All that money you was spending didn't make no sense. All that vacation you was doing didn't make no sense. All they wanted was their dad. Okay, so hey Queen, I'm a product of the topic you're speaking about. My mother didn't raise me, nor my father. Her mother did, and she was on drugs. She been on drugs since I was a baby. I'm still healing from the trauma, baby. I understand. I understand, baby. I understand. Okay. Freeman said, "What a beautiful story, sister. Thank you, my dear." Oh, wow. Terry said, "Amen." Let me see. Della says, the African American community has sources to address this mental problems of forcing children out at age 18. I you know what? And I never heard of it, babe. I never heard of it. Let me see. This discussion is a good start. Talk and teach. Yes, honey, talk and teach. We have to. But you know what? People get tired of these topics. But the thing, it hasn't changed. Well, everybody's story and situation is different. I became a single father when I was 18. My son was 8 months. Then 21, my daughter was 1. They're 30 and 26 now. But when I was 30, I experienced a life-threatening situation. So I wanted them to be able to live just in case anything happened. So definitely I wanted my kids to prepare for the real world. The world cares nothing about your shortcomings. Amen to that one. So you have to be independent for self-educated, self-reliance and self-love is a part of nutrition to my children, nieces, nephews, and cousins. And thank God for my ancestors in the village. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. Queen, compassion for your parents is awesome. You are going to be blessed for this. This healing will take generations. It won't happen overnight. You are correct. These folks grown as and still blame their past of growing up. The past of growing up. Okay, my dear, you must be new to my you must be new. You must be new. Because I'm gonna share something with you. I don't tolerate cursing in my chat. I don't tolerate none of that, honey. I don't tolerate none of that. Okay, so you must be new. Okay, now let me share something with you. I block people. I don't do nonsense. Don't do foolery over here. Okay, don't do foolery over here. Now, what it is in my channel is called healing. Okay, it's not blaming anybody. It's called healing. Okay, but let me share something with you. Accountability got to be accountability. If you didn't take care of your children right, then you are accountable. If you didn't do the right thing by your children, you are accountable. We don't do nonsense over here. I do not do foolery. I do not. I'm gonna let you know right now. I don't do foolery. Okay? And that's what we gonna do. We gonna block you because I don't have time for that. I don't do nonsense. Now, you said hyena alert. The said hyena alert. Malik said, you in the wrong feed, son. That's right. We do not do nonsense. I'm sorry. We don't do foolery over here. So all I'm saying is that rethink your concept of how you want to raise these children. Because remember, these children, and I want to share this with you again, these children are your 401k. Just like how you invest in your 401k, you got to invest in these children. That's how you do. You got to invest in these children. Okay? Isaiah, baby, you know I already got him out of here talking about get him out of here. You already know. You already know. I don't do nonsense. I don't do trolls. We don't do that. Okay? Not over here. I don't have time for that foolery. All I'm saying is that we have to learn how to invest better in these babies. You have to. You have to learn how to invest better in these children. If you don't invest in these kids, you will grow these children. You will grow old and you will have monsters. They will not tend to you. You know who will tend to you? You will have to rely on the heart of someone that is at your home to take care of you, to be kind to you, to listen to your stories. But if you raise these children properly, these kids will come see you. They will come see you. They will ask about you. They will give you the things that you need. Okay? They will give you the things that you need. You won't have to go begging nobody. So mama and daddy, when y'all smoking and doing nonsense and you leaving these children with everybody, I'm talking about smoking crack, y'all. I ain't talking about cigarettes. If you smoking and doing nonsense, and I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes at all, but I'm saying when you doing foolery, I'm talking about when you doing substance that ain't right. when you out there drinking so hard that you falling out in front of the children and vomiting and all that stuff. This is not right. Okay? This is not right. And let me share something with you. Judgment day will come for you, baby, but it won't be in the form of, I'm not talking about God coming back. I didn't say that. Please don't add that to that. I didn't say God was coming back. He is coming back. But I didn't say in this situation. What I'm saying is that judgment will be cast upon you by the children. The children will do it for you, honey. They will cast judgment upon you because you didn't take care of them well. And I'm speaking facts to you, honey. I'm trying to tell you something. Whatever you're doing, and I don't know who this message is going to, baby. Whoever gonna watch it on the replay. Whatever you doing to these children, baby, you better stop. You better stop. You better start giving these kids the fundamentals, honey. I don't care what social media tell them. I don't care what people outside tell them. Make sure your house is the safe haven. Make sure your house is the safe haven. So when they come in from the world, just like I tell y'all with your husbands, make sure your house is the safe haven. The children have to know it's a safe haven too. We got to stop that talking about what go on in this house, stay in this house. Hell no, it don't. Hell no, it don't. If something bad happened, you let mama and daddy know. We got to know. We got to know. We got to get out of the old way of how our parents taught us. We do. We got to get out of the old way of how our parents taught us. Y'all have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. We done for the day. We are done. Everybody have a wonderful, safe day. Thank you for all the super chats, my dear Tracy. You was on it, honey. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, my dear. Thank you so much, Tracy, for all the super chats that you gave. The $5, the $10, the $4, my dear. You were my sponsor today, honey. You were my sponsor today. Thank you so much, my dear. Derek, what's going on, baby? How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, honey. So, guys, everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. I got to clean up this house, and I got to finish up cooking. I'm almost done for dinner for the night. So, everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all be safe. Take it easy. Thanks, I need. Oh, you said thanks, I needed that. You welcome, honey. You welcome. Anytime, everybody. Y'all have a great one. Y'all take it easy. Much love to y'all all. Y'all be safe. You hear me? Y'all be safe. Because y'all know the world got too much going on. So Instagram, oh, one more thing. Instagram, y'all about to hit 30K, baby. Y'all about to hit 30K. Y'all doing some nonsense over there. Do you hear me? Y'all doing some foolery. I don't know what's going on. Y'all doing nonsense over there. Thank you so much, y'all. Y'all growing like crazy. Everybody have a wonderful Wednesday. Take it easy. I'm going to let y'all out now. Okay. Facebook. Y'all getting bigger. Y'all getting bigger. Y'all trying. Y'all trying. I greatly appreciate that. Hello, Lima. How are you? Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Much love to you all. Okay. Let me see. So the banishment was a swift that I didn't even see their comments. Exactly. Job in keeping control over. You said I didn't even see the comment. Listen, banishment have to be quick because I don't want to deal in nonsense. I don't do foolery. Banishment has to be quick. I'm sorry, honey. Bye, Isaiah. How are you, honey? Bye. Take it easy, Isaiah. Dara, listen, I have to be quick with the nonsense. We got to get all that. That's the thing in a lot of social media stuff, honey. If you don't clear that mess, you have a whole nonsense going on in your life. Sally, how are you? I know someone that did foolery and no one come. I'm done. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Bye, Sally. Bye, Dara and Isaiah. Take it easy, everybody. Y'all be safe.